You know that I'm a crazy bitch. I do what I want when I feel like it.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Che, and I am back at it for a pretty short video today, but something that I needed to get off my chest. What else is new? But as you can tell by the title, this video is called I Don't Know Yet. I will make the video title when I think of a good enough description, but it has to do with my court hearing this morning. I modified my court application to get more parenting time with my son, and I got it. I got it after 3 long years of being sober. I got it. It's not much, but it's a win. That everything went exactly to plan in my plan. Everything went accordingly. And I just wanted to get on here and talk about dealing with narcissistic, overprotective grandparents. Even when I thought I had Anthony, my son's father, who has told me in person he thinks that, my parents' decision and me not being able to drive Cody is absolutely ridiculous. Like, he said, during the week, you should be able to take him, wherever, as long as you let your parents know where you're at so they're not worried. Just, I don't see why they don't let you drive them, Come to find out in court today, well, it was a Zoom court meeting, he completely flipped sides. And he brown-nosed the crap out of my dad and his opinion. And he told the judge basically verbatim what my dad did. And then he tried to use the excuse, and with COVID going on and everything, I really don't think that the kids should be out, that she should be driving them out. COVID? Are you kidding me? I don't ever want to see you out with your kids then, okay? Because COVID still exists when you have Cody too. Second, I learned that I have no one to talk to except for my counselor. Once Matt passed away, I tried to be more open with my mom. I told her spiritual visions that I've had, which are in my YouTube videos. My dad tells the judge, I don't want her driving him. I think she's mentally unstable. She has been seeing hallucinations. Not only that, she was driving one day and she told my wife that she wanted to take her hands off of the wheel. She's just very unstable. And it's all, I think the medications may be doing it. I've been on the medications for 3 years, but just this past 5 months, the few months you want to say I've been unstable. I have your answer for that. If you look it up in the dictionary, it's called grief. It's called grief, baby. And it's because my fiancé, the love of my life that I planned on marrying, who called you and asked you for your blessing for my hand in marriage, and you told him yes, he was always part of the family, blah, 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 blah. Whatever bullcrap speech you gave him. Because for at one point you made me feel like you cared about Matt. And in court today, he called him a hallucination in my mind, and that I am emotional. You want to know why I'm emotional? Like I said, look up the word grief. And me dealing with it this way is actually the right thing to do. I don't stuff everything down anymore. Once I learned, the steps, which was my first year of recovery, and then, ever since then, I got 3 years clean now. The rest here on out is a joyride for me, hopefully. But that's the way I feel. And for you to call him a hallucination after your own wife said that she had a waterfall come out of her bedroom wall and it was water, and it went all over her, but it was Erin. She knew it. I believed her, and I felt for her the same way I thought she felt for me. Little did I know she went behind my back, totally warped the hands off the wheel as I'm driving story. I told her I was thinking of Matt, and I had one of the hardest cries I've had since he's passed away. That song Carrie Underwood came on, Jesus Take the Wheel. And for a split second, I lifted my hands and I was like, Jesus, take my wheel. You know, be in control of my life, take the wheel. And for a second, it's like I thought of going with Matt. Second. And I had Cody, just this, I told her this. I have this big picture of Cody, my son, who just pops into my head, and I was meant to be here. I am meant to be a mother. Like, I am meant to love that boy until the day I die. And there is nothing you guys can do about it. And that's one more thing I want to address. Me, your daughter, in case you forgot. Chaley McFall. I know you had Erin McFall and Richie McFall and Chaley. But Chaley's the only one left. Me. You lost 2 out of 3 kids, which is why I think there is that control issue over the grandchild, which has gone to extreme limits. Extreme. My dad's pushing 70 when he looks at his phone this far away and his truck starts to swerve the lane and he comes back. And you want to talk about my driving. He said, I don't pay my tickets on time. I disregard the law because I go through the easy pass. I have to laugh at some of it, but at the same time, I realized today that I lost both my parents because the certain conversations that I had with him and the grief that I was going through, which is actually not mentally unstable. It's called being mentally stable, and it's called feeling out those feelings, working through your feelings, going, ugh, that fly. I looked like Mike Pence in the debate. Holy crap. Anyway, that grief, the steps that I'm going through, that is working through the process of grief. It's only been 5 months since my fiancé was found dead on his bedroom floor, and then a week later was buried. And all I can picture is him 6 feet under the dirt. And my dad wants to tell me that he was a hallucination afterwards in my dreams. And the nightmares that I had, this damn stupid thing, it's because of all the bright lights. The nightmares that I had, obviously those first 2 months or 2 to 3 months after losing your fiance, it's not even a nightmare. It's more than that. It's me being able to see him, yet I can't reach him sometimes, you know? And I would think that my mom, after losing 3 out of 4 children, would be able to, like, retain this information and not twist it around with my dad to tell the judge that I am mentally unstable. Do you know how hard it is to, you know, prove that it's easy to put the burden on somebody, but it's so much harder to prove that you're not lying, that what they're saying is false. It's, you know, once the accusations are made against you, it's so hard to combat them. But I learned today the cold truth, and it's what I've always thought. I don't think either one of them truly love me. I felt that way for a long time, and I just have to stay on the sober and narrow road and keep doing what I've been doing for the past 3 years. And I don't care that I'm emotional. I'm emotional because my fiance is 6 feet underground. And if you have a problem with me being emotional because my fiance passed away, then I think that you're the one that needs mental help. And for my last final statement for you guys, I'm not going anywhere. Chaley McFall is here to stay. You can't push me out of state. You can't force me to go anywhere like they have before. I was born to be a mother and born to be a mother to Cody. And I know why I had him now. he is the piece, the missing piece to all the grief that our family has gone through. And I think that's why they have such control issues over the grandchild. It's like they get to raise a child all over again. But it's my child. I experienced the same traumatic events that you went through. Only to me, instead of a son and a daughter, I lost a brother and a sister. I still went through that. If you don't remember, I still went through that with you. But everyone split up and went their separate ways. But anyway, the outcome of the court appearance was I still get my Wednesdays and Thursday time with him. And now on Fridays around dinner time for 2.5 to 3 hours, he gets dropped off at the mall. And I get to spend unsupervised quality one-on-one time with my son, which is all I have wanted for 3 years. It's all I've ever wanted. It's all I've ever wanted. So thank you to, the judge at family court for giving me this opportunity. Do I think it should have been a little bit further? Maybe, as far as me driving, yes. I do have a valid license, registration, and insurance, but, those Easy Pass tickets, those Easy Pass times I ran, man. And my dad said she has up to $15,000 in bills. He doesn't even know that, first of all, because it's not $15,000. Nowhere near. Cut that in half. But when I was talking to him, out of I'm sarcastic. I'm like, damn, I got almost 15 grand in Easy Pass tickets. And he took that as fact and said it in the court. And then he said that I have mental issues and I disregard the law after being a perfect, sober, and I know I have a good heart. I have a pure heart, would give the shirt off my back to anybody. I just learned that not only am I missing Matt to talk to, but now I don't have parents either. And I don't have my son's father, because everything he says to me is completely and an utter lie. He told me that he didn't have any problem with it. And when he gets on court and my dad's face shows up, he just cowards down and he has no opinion. He's like, okay, Bruce, okay, Albert, whatever you say. Be a man. You know what I mean? Tell the judge what you told me, that you have no problem with it. Don't let my dad, and you know what's funny about it all? It comes back to bite him in the ass, because he's losing 3 hours on a Friday night with his youngest son, not my parents. And that's what happens when you work with my parents. They always win because they think money is power. And that's exactly how they will always think. And now, instead of the father getting him at 3 to 5 o'clock on a Friday, I have him until 7:30, unsupervised. And he has to come pick him up after our one-on-one date nights, which will be on Friday nights, which I'm so excited about. But it just goes to show how you want to side with them. Karma came right around and got you. And it was immediate. I just want to thank Matt for being by my side, because I know he was there in spirit, trying to keep me calm as my dad was making accusations about me. Even though half the time me and my mom look at each other like, what is he doing? What's he talking about? Because he's getting up there. And she tells me, he reminds me a lot of Nanny. He's starting to forget stuff. And it's just if I told him that, he would talk crap on my mom. But long story short, I got awarded Friday unsupervised visits throughout the whole dinner time, and our meeting spot is the mall, and they just built a new bowling alley. They have an arcade. I'm just going to take them to dinner in the mall every Friday and do a new activity, something fun every Friday. So I'm sorry if anybody else is experiencing this. It is the worst, and it is so hard when you've been sober for so long and somebody is telling you that you're mentally unstable, especially after your fiancé just died 5 months ago. If I'm not walking a straight and narrow line God forbid a tear rolls down my cheek, mentally unstable, God forbid I have a little sniffle for the poor fiancé. Mentally unstable. Like, look up the word grief. Look it up, because you need to inform yourself. And you also need to be reminded one more time, I'm not going anywhere. And I never will. Cody is my son, and I will love him until the day that I die. So either wipe me out or deal with it, because I will. In the end, I win. Slow and steady wins the race. I hope you guys can also take my advice as well. Stay straight, stay sober, and nobody will be able to take your child away from you. I love you guys. You're the only people I get to talk to, and it's on a camera going on YouTube. But I love you, and thank you for all your support and advice in getting me this far. It means the world. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
You know that I'm a crazy bitch. I do what I want when I feel like it.